guys, it's Jared from Van City Conversions. Van delivery day tomorrow morning. Welcome to another tour. Going to try to keep this one quick. Hold me accountable. The exterior, not much to show off. It is a 2025 all-wheel drive 144 wheelbase Sprinter. Very basic exterior. Clients will be doing suspension upgrades, rims, tires, and some of the gear on the outside. Inside's looking sweet. Let's take you on this tour. Starting from the outside, we have the roll-off made in Canada bug screens. You've seen these in pretty much every one of our builds. The cool thing about them is they have the magnet. You don't have to deal with the zipper when you want to enter in and out. And they also put it in two sections so you can still use our fold down table here. When you get this unstuck, fold down table locks into place. The harder you push on it, the stronger it gets. And that stows away there. You have your little cubby space here, which is accessible from the outside. And I'll show you this while I'm outside, but you have your flip up tabletop extension there with that beautiful Sandstorm Corian countertop. Alrighty, before working back in the van, we're going to show you this front space. Pretty spacious, open. You got the two Scopima swivel seats here. You got the trusty overhead shelf. This is where they're going to be storing their window covers, some other goods, and then their pedestal style adjustable table here. So first, the pedestal table can be installed. Once that's installed, it does have an adjustable height. For the most part, you're going to be using it actually maxed out. And then you have your tabletop here. Throw that on. This is also adjustable and locking. And this area is pretty cool. You have the two swivels, like I said, and you can use this tabletop kind of all around. It can be kind of shared. It can be used when people are sitting in those seats there. And it's also made for this person. Obviously, you can pull this seat forward and get a bit more in front of you. And when these seats are swiveled into driving position, this is primarily made for a table as well for those two people while you're driving to put your snacks and stuff down. Yeah, pretty good use of space up here with the swivels and the secondary seating option, which swivels out of the way and opens the space up. The two-person swivel seat, we'll put in a clip here on moving these seats. It's about a 10-second process total, a lot of adjustability. These have been amazing incorporating them into our builds. With that being said, while you're watching that clip of those being swiveled, I'm currently sitting on the S-Bar, the diesel heater. This is a small van, really good ventilation. We put the diesel heater under the seat for Sprinter vans, under the passenger seat that is. And the brand we use heater-wise is the Eberspacher S-Bar diesel heater. All right, moving backwards into the van, I'm quickly going to get it out of the way on a lot of the components and materials used in this build. All of our cabinetry core is a good UV two-sided Baltic birch ply, all of our inners. All the faces and side panelings of our cabinetry, again, everything's made in-house, is a Baltic birch core. Laid up with the laminate of their choice, and for the most part we edge band, edge match everything. In some spots with rounds where there's going to be a lot of abuse, we will leave exposed that Baltic birch edge. Other building materials used are the clear cedar, kind of our standard ceiling, lawn seal flooring, Corian countertops, and various upholstery throughout the van is going to be a Marathon tweed. Some of the units that stick out here will start air conditioner. This has a pneumatic cooling, X2 Plus in the black on the exterior. And obviously, I'll point it out, the Max Air fan over the bed. We got the nice black aftermarket trim ring for that. Kind of keep the theme going within this van. Coming on the window topics here, obviously sliding door is the AMA auto window, the glass window. Opening and closing, specific to the sliding door, we like to use that style window. People want a window behind the driver, we go with the broad arrow, the dual pane acrylic window. It has the integrated, as you just saw there, kind of blackout screen, and it has the bug screens, which is pretty cool. You kind of separate those if you don't want to screen at all, and that is an awning style window. Right above that is the two overhead cabinets, marine grade slam latches. Being a 144 wheelbase, you are pretty tight for space. You can comfortably transport 4. You got your overhead storage. Right beside here is the fridge. So you got some overhead storage here. This is going to be the compressor for the Vitcher Frigo Slim 90 that needs some ventilation there. Easy to access and service if need be. And then you have the beautiful Vitrifrigo fridge here with the built-in freezer. Actually, new addition to these fridges. They have kind of a little crisper down there, which is quite cool. And that's kind of the middle size fridge we use, Slim 90, Slim 150. Believe it or not, we did fit a toilet in this build. It is under the fridge. We went with the Laveo dry flush toilet. The good thing about these toilets are they do not need ventilation. If you don't know what a Laveo is, Google it. They're pretty cool. Very, very easy cleanup, no smell whatsoever. Obviously, this is a tight fit. I'm a 5'11" guy, just over 200 pounds. It's actually a pretty comfortable spot. You could set your phone up here and watch a whole movie as you go into the bathroom. We wanted to make it usable, and having a toilet that you have to pull out of the garage, and essentially it's a hassle to get to. You would never want to use it. So fitting that in a 144 with everything else in this van, success. All right, coming into their kitchen, we actually fit a nice flush countersunk 2-burner induction cooktop. Plenty of storage space here. Really, really big pots and pans drawers. You got your little receptacle here on the side. And you'll notice this kind of jots in here. That's so you can still pass through when this 2-person seat is swiveled facing forward. Again, touching on this Corian countertop here, you got the nice cutting board sink insert, and you still have your faucet and 3-stage filtered drinking water faucet. Under the sink is plenty of room under there. You have your 20-liter gray water tank. We keep that inside the van so nothing freezes. This van is fully winterized 4 seasons. You got your water filtration system under there. Again, just plenty more storage. Moving right up top, you got your 3 overhead cabinets all along the bed. And you got your brains of the system. You got your Victron Touch 70 screen. You have your water pump switch. You have your 3 lighting zones, which are all dimmable. And then you have your diesel heater controller here. This is also where it takes the temperature of the van and controls the heater. So we like to keep that central. Moving into your bedroom space here. So traditionally, there would be flares on this build. These clients, height-wise, do not need it. Perfect for them, saved a bit of money. But we still went with the bunk windows on either side, the CRL 10x33 windows, a nice 6-inch custom-made mattress. And this would be your pass-through of the garage. We'll kind of do the rest of the tour from the outside to show it off in the garage. A lot of cool features there. I just will note from inside and outside, you do have really easy access right here to a light switch. So you can see what's in there if it's dark, nighttime, for what you're gonna be accessing. Just touching a bit more on the bedroom area, you do have a his and her reading light on either side where they'll be putting their heads. They both have USB chargers within them. And then you also have this little kind of catch-all, throw-all here for books, phones, stuff like that. And you have your receptacle here with built-in USBs and USB Type-Cs, which is easily accessible beside the bed. Again, plenty of lighting throughout. I love this build. Everything comes together. Color scheme. Let's show you the garage. All right, entering the garage of this van, we think we did a really good job kind of making it utilitarian, but still looking beautiful and functional and maximizing the space. Probably the biggest garage we've actually ever done. Starting on the plumbing side, they have the 27-gallon over-the-wheel water tank. They opted out of hot water in here. So what we did is they have that overhead storage shelf, plenty of room. And you still have your access port here, which is needed to, there's a little water filter strainer in there, and the overall, all the shutoffs and the main dump for the water tank, if you ever need to access that when it comes to winterizing, is in there. You have your locking stainless steel marine grade water fill here with the Durafaucet outdoor shower there. The hose for that, the adjustable shower head, is in there. All throughout this garage, you will notice towards the top, there's fully adjustable L-track in there. So that gives the clients kind of for hanging various things, bike helmets, little bags, packs, stuff like that. I find that pretty handy. And then we decided for the pull-out drawer, we're trying it out. So far, very happy with it. Radio Vans, 500-pound pull-out drawer slide. This is actually through bolted beneath the van. So this is, if you're ever going to build a drawer and have a drawer that can hold 500 pounds, actually, this is going to be it. Very durable, all aluminum, nice black powder coating on that. And that works a lot with all of the kind of rocky mounts and molly panels and stuff you can put in there. Light probably changed. Just turn that back on halfway through, the light back there. The cool thing, lights we install in this garage, I mentioned the switch accessible from the inside. Each light is angled, kind of facing whatever way you're accessing it to make it more visible. So you do have another light here from the exterior, and they go all the way into the electrical and the plumbing cabinet. So when we go to open up this electrical cabinet here, it does provide light inside here when you're working on it. With that being said, electrical system, we have this as compact as we think we can possibly get with still being able to maintenance and access it. Victron electrical system, they have 600 amp hours of the Victron lithium batteries, the 3000 watt multi-plus inverter. They went with the Orion 50 amp XS DC to DC charger. Everything in there when it comes to the AC DC breakers are Blue Sea. Solar breakers, you have the main little small button there for your main shutdown and quick disconnect to totally put the system to sleep. And again, that all pairs with the Victron touchscreen. So when you pop this system online to Wi-Fi, we can monitor, take a look at everything. Going hand in hand with that, they have the Ruvi temperature sensors in their plumbing compartment, in their electrical compartment, which are all climate controlled and meant to turn on and off various seasons and temperatures to keep your water tank from freezing and to keep your electrical from overheating. And those are the integrated black fans that you'll see here on each side. Yeah, kind of wrapping it off, you got the GFI receptacle here from the exterior. Again, I mentioned this light switch. You got the roll-off screens here to prevent bugs and the nice upholstered exterior door panels. I was gonna say that's about it for this van build, but on the roof over here and on the side, I know I briefly said at the beginning, not a lot of exterior. They do have the Flatline Van Company exterior rack, which leads, exterior ladder, which leads to the Flatline Van Company standard roof rack. And up there we do have a custom made solar panel with potentially adding more in the future. And you have your air conditioner and your max air fan up there. Alrighty guys, thanks for tuning in and watching this van tour. Let me know your thoughts down below. We are very, very happy with this layout in a 144. So much so, maybe I have some exciting things coming soon. So let us know your thoughts down below. I think I already said that. I'm tired, it's been a long day. Delivery date is tomorrow, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.